Earlier this year, my next guest was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's no wonder. He's won 7 Grammys, an Oscar, and has sold over 100 million albums. His latest is Musicology, and it's out now. He doesn't really give interviews, so we're very honoured to have a Australian television exclusive with music royalty. Ladies and gentlemen, Prince.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Great.
Well, first off, congratulations for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How did it feel to be inducted?
It was a cool feeling. What I dug most was jamming with the musicians. A lot of them are my friends, and I hadn't seen them in a while, and it was a good night.
And I would think it must be the ultimate music honour to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. What does receiving an award like that mean to you?
Well, I never really got off on awards so much. I think it's more for the people who give them and also for the fans. I get a lot of props from people in the street and a lot of love and congratulatory pats on the back. So it's a good feeling, you know, the after effects.
Well, I tell you what, for a guy who's won 7 Grammys and an Oscar, it must be pretty good to not have to get off on awards.
Well, that's not why I make the music, so.
Well, if you don't want them, I'll take them.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Well, now, of course, at the Grammys, you performed a duet of Purple Rain with Beyonce Knowles, which stole the show. How did it feel for you to perform with someone like her who you've inspired so much?
Well, yeah, she's also an inspiration to me. She's very talented. She's a smart vocalist, and the more she stays centered with the music and learns instruments, the better she'll be, I think.
Well, you yourself know how to play many instruments as well. How many do you know how to play?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Yeah.
Well, what's the most obscure instrument you know how to play?
I can play pretty much anything. It's whether or not it's good is...
Well, have you ever played a lagerphone, an Australian instrument called the lagerphone?
No, I never even heard of that one.
Okay, well, let me run you through it. It's pretty much, it's like, it's pretty much just a broomstick handle, and you nail bottle caps to it, and then you just bang it on the ground. Oh, yeah, it's right up there. And, you know, feel free to use it in your next clip or while you're on tour, you know, just get a bit of lagerphone action going on there.
Well, next time I'm in Sydney or Melbourne, I might drop some of that on you.
Sounds very good to me. Now, of course, the name of your current album is Musicology. Now, what does the word musicology actually mean? Well,
when I grew up, I listened to a lot of the masters of the time, the Motown sound, James Brown, Sly Stone, and I studied them. I studied the way they put their sounds together, and what I hope is that young musicians today will listen to how I put my sounds together on this record.
And what do you hope they'll learn from that?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to bring the song back. I don't think there's a lot of songs out there now. There's a lot of just grooves, and dancing's cool, but after a while the mind just gets numb.
Do you think there's a bit of a problem with the amount of manufactured groups and performers that seem to be churned out by a lot of the record companies at the moment?
Well, there's not a lot of balance. There seems to be so much manufactured pop out there that you know, I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of all of this. Maybe just a big computer chip, who knows. But my responsibility is to the musicians, and I try to keep that alive through what we're doing now.
Now, I read recently where you said of American Idol's William Hung that we need somebody to release albums like these. Now, what did you mean by that?
Well, there's always a market for music like that, so record companies are cool in that regard. But, you know, as technology moves into lightning speed situations, we need to try to take some of that and see if we can't do different things with the delivery of music and also the production of it.
Now, have you actually had a chance to listen to William Hung's album? It's quite unique.
No, I haven't really taken time, you know, put that on.
Well, I highly recommend it, highly recommend it. Now, I'll tell you what, there's a guy who needs a lagerphone, I'll tell you that. Now, it's actually fascinating to learn that when you're a child, to teach yourself how to play music, you learnt TV themes. Is this true?
Yeah, that was the first music that I heard in repetition.
And what were some of the favourite tunes you enjoyed playing?
Batman.
Oh, the old no, Batman.
That's right.
I'll do that again in case you missed it. No, Batman.
It sounds even worse with this headphone.
And it looks even worse when I do it with my underpants on the outside. Now, tell all the fans watching at home, do you have any plans to bring the tour down under, come and visit us back here?
I look forward to coming back to Australia. We had a wonderful time there. We were there recently, and the audience there, they're wild, and it brings out this side of me that is just going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to that.
Excellent. Well, the album is Musicology. It's out now. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and looking forward to seeing you down under sometime soon.
Look forward to it.
Please thank Prince, everyone.
Peace.
We'll be back with the John Butler Trio.